Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and I promise that I will make a few more videos this week for the people who are really new into this game and for their start and in the end their journey through this game. And today I want to add something for my mining guide I did 2 days ago, and that is a little overview of the mining ships and what you need them for. I made videos on every single ship already, but today I want to give our new players a little overview, what they get in the beginning, what they are good for, and what they can expect later in the game. I'm on a level where I'm using some of the later ships at the moment. My level is the good thing that I can show a lot of ships here. But let's go through them really quickly. I will just mention the most important things about what they are good for. You all will start with the ECS Fortunate. And that is your basic mining ship where you learn about mining and everything. And this one is, like many other ships, specialized in something. And this one is specialized in par steel. So at the beginning of the game, you will mine par steel. That's one of the resources I mentioned 2 days ago. And at that time, you will need to mine par steel as well. On the level where I am now, you don't think about really mining par steel anymore because you need so much of that and you can mine so little compared to that it's not really worth it anymore. But at that point, it is really important to do that. Then we have the Envoy. That one is specialized in mining tritanium. And tritanium is another thing in the beginning of the game you will mine. It will be a real pain for you later on in the game because you need loads of tritanium, so we'll always be hunting for it, but rather via events and something than mining. But at the beginning, when you get started here, you will want to mine tritanium with your Envoy. Then we have the Botany Bay. That is one of the ships for some special resources. In this case, it is for data. And that is corrupted data and decoded data. And you shouldn't use it for anything else. What really annoys people in this game is when people use specialized mining ships. And I don't mean specialized for tritanium past or whatever, but specialized for something completely different, like data, like platinum and whatever, and use them to mine materials. People will be really angry on you if you use the Botany Bay to mine crystal or something. I'm just saying. Use it for your data. And for that, it's really helpful. I still need it because we still have events from time to time where you can only score by mining data. For that, that's brilliant. For that, I still need it. But don't use it for anything else, or you won't make friends on your server. Then we have the Northstar. And the Northstar is a very, very special thing. Officially, it's for mining G3 materials, says Scopely. But to be honest, if you're thinking about getting the Northstar, don't think about it because you usually cannot get it in-game. Most people have to buy it, or you can get it via some events later. But those are special events where you can really get better stuff. If you think about the Northstar, don't look for it as a mining ship. It's not a good mining ship because the protected cargo, and I talked about this 2 days ago as well, is so bad on that one that it's not worth it to get it as a mining ship. What the Northstar is in reality is a very good early warship before you get some better ones. You might wanna get the Northstar as a warship, but not as a mining ship. Then we have one of the other specialized ships that I was talking about, the Ferengi Devore. That is for mining latinum, raw latinum. And for that, it's really helpful. But once again, don't annoy people by using that one for mining on crystal nodes or whatever. They will really not like it. Then we have the Meridian. That's a special ship for mining isogen. And for a long time, that one, if you can get it via events, it will be really helpful for you to mine isogen. it's not that long ago that I stopped using the Meridian. I have now other survey ships that are mining isogen even faster than the Meridian and have much bigger protected cargo. That's why I'm doing that. Or I use other ships that just empty a big isogen node in 5 minutes and then I recall them. But for a very, very long time, for many, many levels, you will be happy about the Meridian for your isogen. And we just had a territory reset. Everybody is starting getting new territories and getting 2-star and 3-star isogen mining nodes. For those, you will really love the Meridian. Then we have the ECS Horizon. It's officially specialized in dilithium, but the Horizon is a 3-star mining ship that you will want to have for all kinds of things. That was my biggest help for mining for gas, ore, and crystal when I was in the G3 levels, and those were really great. I had even several of them, and they are also good later for scrapping to get materials for other ships. So those ones are really good for mining when you are in the 30s levels. Then we have the Amalgam here. It's in the survey ship list. That's why I have it here. But once again, it's not a miner. So don't use that one on for mining. It has a lot of protected cargo and everything, and it has a good warp range, but people often will be very offended when you block nodes with that one, because that is really, really slow. I talked about the Horizon, but in the same, let's say, bracket, there are the specialized faction miners coming up later in the 30s. And that's the Cavort, the Antares, and the Valkis. And those are the faction ships for the Klingons, for the Federation, and for the Romulans. And each is specialized for their faction. The Cavort is specialized on crystal mining, the Antares on gas mining, and the Valkis on ore mining, because those are the kind of the materials for the factions. And those will definitely speed up your mining if you have a chance to get those. Then we have the Devor Fischer. That is not for raw latinum. That one is for concentrated latinum later. And there it will be very helpful. And after the Fischer, we get into the next bracket of faction miners. In this case, it's the 4-star faction miners. That's the Bechor, the Hydra, and the Vortavor. And like before, they are specialized on the material for their faction. The Bechor is specialized on crystal, the Hydra on gas, and the Vortavor for the Romulans is specialized on ore. And that is indeed very helpful. Then at the G5 level, so to speak, we get the Nova. And the Nova is then at this point a really great ship with a great warp range and great mining speed. And you get this via all 3 factions. I talked about this in the video on the Nova especially. So I even got 3 of them at the time to speed everything up, and it was really helpful. The faction miners, because of the Nova, to be honest, I'm only getting them for my collection. I have the Maugar and the Vrax already, and I'm using them at the moment for isogen mining because they are fast with a very good protected cargo when my Selkies are busy. I still don't have the BT, but at some point I will get it via Armada chests. I'm getting parts for it from time to time. You see I've got 131 now just from Armada chests. So I will put that into my collection. But from my point of view, they are not absolutely necessary. But it's like with the other faction miners, the Maugar is for crystal for the Klingons, the BT is for gas for the Federation, and the Vrax is specialized for ore for the Romulans. And then we get to the point where I am now in the 6-star area with the Selkie. The Selkie is a very special miner that you will absolutely need. It is specialized to sustain those hazard spaces that are introduced in the G6 space, and that's why you will need the Selkie. I've got 3 of them because I need to mine ore, gas, and crystal, and I have to mine in hazard space for my dailies. So I really need that to get all the materials. The refinery is not that important at that point anymore, but still I want to refine some, and then of course also want to do my dailies for all 3 factions. So there you will definitely need the Selkie. And then in the 6-star area we also once again have faction miners. That's the Newgrange, the Grishna, and the Divite. The Grishna, once again, specialized on crystal for the Klingons. The Newgrange on gas for the Federation, and the Divite on ore for the Romulans. But that is still ahead of my pay grade. I can see them here, of course, but I'm not there yet. And I'm quite sure that I will get quite far for the time being with the Selkies. And then later I will decide about the faction miners. But what you've seen in this video are all the miners that you will be dealing with from the beginning of the game, where some of you are right now. Even on my server, which is 2.5 years old, I just saw another level 14 player. So there are more, even new people coming in on older servers. There's my little suggestion here on that one as well. If you end up on a server, you can switch servers until you did not pass Ops level 12. One time you have a token for one time switch to another server. So have a look in the settings. There you can see where you can use the token, on which server you are, and what servers are there. And if you see that you are on an older server, think about switching to the newest one, because if you start on a server that's 2.5 years old, it will not be the biggest fun for you. So just because I saw that on our server recently, unfortunately I saw him at level 14, so I couldn't tell him anymore to switch. But if you just started and you are not beyond Ops level 12 yet, check what kind of server you're on, and think about switching to a newer server, so you will have a little bit more fun, because there are more equals with you, so to speak. Nevertheless, that was just a little overview of the mining ships you will go through, and fitting to the mining guides 2 days ago. So if you want to add something, please write in the comments and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen.